Yes, okay.
You're working media tonight.
And why would it be as a point of courtesy to us? It's an advantage for us to have the media here.
Okay, right. I'm going to ask the question then. Okay, I'm just going to ask the question. Because what will happen is you may say something. No.
Honestly, the media needs to be here. They're the eyes and the ears of the people.
Okay, all right, okay. Can I have a show of hands around whether the media should be here or not? Okay, it's unanimous. I'm sorry. This is a public meeting. Well, sorry, I'm sorry. Okay, for assuming something.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry. Okay. The purpose of the meeting, I just want to start things off. The purpose of tonight's meeting primarily is to get the stakeholders involved in City of Culture together in a room to discuss, first of all, the current position. And what I mean by the stakeholders is I mean the Board of Management, I mean arts practitioners, and the audience, the Limerick people. This isn't just about artists. This isn't just about the board. This is about Limerick. It's about my children, and your children, and your neighbours. And what I'd like tonight, if at all possible, would be that if you have something to say, that you would direct it not to any person who's named.
Why not?
Because I think it's really bad manners. I think, no, with all due respect, I think it is. If you want to point a particular finger, let's point it at the person, the
person responsible for
yes, and I think we can call that person by their title. If they are, no, slightly. Sorry, hold on, please. No, not at all, I'm sorry it's not. It might be for you, but it's not for me.
Sounds like it.
Well, I'm sorry it's not, but somebody has to chair this meeting and I'm doing it.
And the community has a voice.
Absolutely, and I agree 100%. Absolutely, yes I will. Well, I don't personally, I would prefer, and I'm just putting it out there because this is a public meeting. I just say that I'm just suggesting, if you don't want to do it, that's fine. I'm suggesting that if you want to say something to somebody, you have the courtesy of not saying their name. You have the courtesy of saying, for example, because I know there's hotheads here tonight. Sorry, I'm chairing the meeting. I'm sorry, I'm chairing the meeting. I'm sorry, I don't mean to antagonize. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I don't mean to. I don't mean to antagonize anybody. I'm sorry, I don't mean to. Please accept my apology. We're not going to move forward, folks, until we please accept my apology. I'm not here to, okay, yes, let me shut up, please. But if I'm being accused of antagonizing people, at least give me the opportunity to respond to it. No, I'm chairing the meeting, I called it. Sorry. This is the structure of the meeting that you came to a public meeting that I called. This is the structure. Please. Yes, of course. Okay. All right. Okay. So, can I just suggest something, if it's at all possible? Could I suggest that we try and get some structure to this meeting? And I have an idea. Yes, you can. No. But can I just suggest a structure, please, first? Let me just put this out there. Can I suggest, please, that we have a 3-minute no. Oh, please. A 3-minute statement from Mr. Conmurray, a 3-minute statement from Pat Cox, a 3-minute statement from Tom Short, if he's here, and a 3-minute statement from Dr. John Greenwood on behalf of Plan. Conmurray on behalf of City Council, Pat Cox on behalf of the Chair of the Board of City of Culture, Tom on behalf of the elected representatives in the city, and Dr. John Greenwood on behalf of the elected members of Plan. Could we start with that structure and let's see where it takes us? Sorry, well, I'm sorry. I just had to try and find some way of starting it. Sorry, one sec, sorry. Yes, please. Absolutely, the Mayor on behalf of the Council. Absolutely. Mr. Conroy, can I ask you to make a 3-minute statement? You don't want to. Sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Mr. Mayor. Miss Mayor, I'm sorry. Right. Kathleen.
Not giving him an inch.
I know, I'm sorry. I'm not good at this. I'm trying my best, please. Because would you like to make a statement? You don't want to make a statement. Okay. The Mayor would not like to make a statement. Mr. Pat Cox, can I ask you to make a statement? 3 minutes, please.
Thank you.
Lads, you're all making this really a joke.
Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, the first thing I want to do is to say how pleased I am to see such a fantastic turnout here tonight, which, whatever you have to say, and however this meeting goes, is an indication of the commitment and the appetite across Limerick and across the community to make this a successful year and a successful project. And from that, whatever you want to say, we will hear, but I do want to thank you for that level of interest. The second thing, Mr. Chairman, you had taken initiative to call a meeting and kindly made space for the City of Culture to extend the invitation. So I don't know by whose invitation you're here, but whichever way it came, thank you for taking the time. What happened in the past 24 hours is something that I had not anticipated, not expected, and not wished for. It was, and it is, an unhappy event, and not one which was presumed or expected by myself or by our board. It is, in my view, a serious bump on the road, and one that we will need to negotiate, but still accompanied by an appeal to make sure that we don't lose sight of the fact that we still have a unique and wonderful road ahead of us, and that we've got to find the energy and the consensus through this to build the capacity to achieve that potential. I wish to tell you today, if I may, a number of points the board agreed with. And I hope, Chairman, I don't break your time in this, it's not very long. But the board today met here in Limerick. Some of the members are abroad, but every member, including the ones abroad, have been connected to today's meeting. And what I'm saying to you for the board is the unanimous view of all of the members of the Board of Limerick City of Culture. The board today confirmed that the resignation of the Artistic Director, Carl Wallace, has been accepted as and from today, and wishes to acknowledge his contribution to the artistic programme. The board has also, as a matter of urgency, agreed to the appointment of a new Artistic Director and will advertise for expressions of interest for that post in the coming week. The aim is, as it always has been, to ensure that the overall artistic integrity of the programme remains central to the City of Culture's objectives. The one thing that is important for us as a board about tonight's meeting, above all other things, is to reassure the artistic community and the cultural community and the wider community of citizens here in Limerick of our full commitment to deliver the programme as established, to include the 109 local projects that have been agreed, the legacy and commissioning projects that have been agreed, and the international projects that have been identified and agreed. I want to underline here that the board will do what it takes to make sure that this programme is delivered. And I wish to stress that every commitment entered into, with every project that has made such a commitment, will be seen through. And the board wishes to make sure that whatever difficulties we face in the short term, that no one should feel that the project is stepping back from the commitments it has made or from the substance of what so many of you are committed to delivering. The board has also decided today to designate a number of representatives of the artistic and cultural community as board members. And we would like one of that number to be by way of election from within that community of interests at a meeting to be convened for that purpose in the coming days. I don't have loads of details. How will you do it? How will you vote? How will you nominate? How will you arrive at it? But the one thing really, I suppose, that we're trying to say, there is no wish to convey in any way whatsoever to anyone who is here a sense of distance, exclusion, wanting to keep people back. If there is a feeling, and I've watched closely what people have had to say, that they want to be engaged, that they want to feel from the ground up a closer connection and ownership of this process, you can have that. And this will be accommodated, and that is a key message we want to give you today. I will end, Chairman, as I began, by saying what has happened this week is unhappy. It is not without precedent. Other cities of culture have faced some of these kinds of issues. And the one thing that is clear is that those that successfully kept their eyes on the objective and focused on what was planned from the outset to deliver greatly succeeded. I read headlines today which might have been written in the last 24 hours about Limerick, project in tatters, etc. But those headlines were from 10 years ago or a bit less in Liverpool. And Liverpool is still benefiting from the positive legacy effects of staying focused on the objectives. That's what we want. We are open to that process. We want to reassure everyone we're up for this, and I'm glad to see with the numbers here tonight, whatever you have to say, it's obvious you're up for it. Let's do it together. Míle mágad.
I'm just going to talk very briefly. Councillor Tom Shart's my name. I'm a city councillor. I'm an art teacher. I'm an artist. Attended Limerick School of Art. Attended the National College of Art, etc., etc. And I've taken a stand on many occasions in this city, defended kids who were caught doing a bit of painting on a wall, and said, give them a place to paint. Don't lock them up and put them in jail. So. We had a meeting earlier here this evening. I came here actually to listen, not to be elected to speak so early in the meeting. I actually came here to listen to all the people here, particularly who make their living from the arts. I know I'm looking at a lot of people here who depend on the arts for their living. I really salute you in the sense that it is a tough industry, and you deserve that this project should deliver for you some employment during this year, some opportunity to express yourself, some opportunity to practice your craft, some opportunity to showcase yourself. That should be the priority, and we should be growing and expanding the whole arts in this city through this particular vehicle. And without doing a complete history lesson on it, I think we were hugely let down by government. That was announced almost 2 years ago, but the money was only decided 2 months ago. I mean, this is colossal. This is colossal mismanagement that was visited upon us, and we're trying to cope with it. We're trying to recover from it. We're trying to move on from it. We're trying to deal with it. And councillors have been frozen out of this process. Let me tell you, we have had no place on this board, and we're only fighting today